There are so many things about Toys in the Attic that I love, and this is an episode of Rugrats that I kind of remembered from my childhood. We're definitely getting into the episodes that I remember more the closer we get to the third season. This one, I remember bits and pieces from. It's the second segment of the 24th episode of the second season, and the grown-ups are going away, so Tommy and Angelica are staying with Boris and Minka. And Angelica in particular isn't looking forward to this because she thinks it's going to be really boring. But they have a little bit of an adventure, which, well, as you can tell by the title, involves toys in the attic. But I won't give away too much of that. But it's pretty self-explanatory. Honestly, it is so funny. Boris and Minka are absolutely amazing characters. And what I really like about this is because they have a very interesting vocabulary, with obviously a Jewish upbringing or a Jewish background, they talk about things that I'm not that familiar with. For example, this episode taught me about the Dybbuk. Now, actually, I was aware of the Dybbuk, but I either didn't know its name or I'd forgotten its name, but I was aware of the concept. And I was quite surprised that Angelica knew what it was, but certainly it's quite an educational episode. If you're an adult watching it with the internet, you can actually Google the words they're saying. I found that to be really fascinating, and not the kind of education I would normally get from Rugrats. But I love their vocabulary. They're calling the children dumplings, I just think is brilliant. And the exterior of their house, I think on 2 occasions, maybe 3, we see the exterior of their home. It is gorgeous. The animation design of that building is absolutely stunning. Really beautiful. The narrative develops really well. It starts off quite funny, it gets even funnier as it goes through, and then towards the end, while I won't say exactly what happens, it gets quite sentimental. And Angelica becomes a bit of a voice of reason and says something. Well, it's what she says about Cable. I won't say any more than that, but what she says or reveals about Cable I thought was pretty moving and a lesson to us all, I think. There are a few other things that I liked. They are tiny spoilers for things that are interesting or funny, so I guess spoilers from now, just a couple of small things that I found to be really interesting. And the first one, maybe not so much a spoiler, but it's the photo of baby Didi. Baby Didi is so cute. So adorable. I kind of wish we'd got to explore a little bit more of the attic, but it's one of those things where if you pause it, you can study the background. For example, when all of the toys fall down, if you pause it at that point, as I did, you can, take a closer look at the toys and things. And another bit, I don't know if it's this funny, but a bit that I loved is when Boris thought that the children had crawled outside. I don't know why the front door was open, but when he went... It's funny because I can imagine somebody doing this. He went and got the wrong children. And it was just so funny and amused me so much. I actually feel like the way the characters were animated looked a little more like Tommy and Chucky, if you squinted, rather than Tommy and Angelica. But it genuinely made me laugh. It really amused me. Such a great episode. Really funny, really entertaining, very well animated. Boris and Minka are absolutely brilliant characters. And it's no surprise that I remember this episode quite well because it's just an absolute delight.